Hello and welcome to Words, Words, Words. My name is Bill, and today I will share with you a review of the book True Grit by Charles Portis. Now, this is the first entry in the My Novel Life Challenge that I am partaking in, and this is a challenge wherein you read one novel from each year of your life. For me, that starts in 1968, which is the year this book is from. And in fact, this book that I read from the public library is the original printing, and based on the stamp here on the back, it dates back to July of 1968, just like I do. Convenient. So True Grit, as you may know, is the well-loved Western classic adventure. It is the basis of two well-loved film adaptations and some sequels and other things that are not as well loved, but it is the story of Maddie Ross recounting the story of her adventure that she had in her youth. Her father was a rancher, and he was murdered and robbed by an employee named Tom Cheney. Now, Maddie, at age 14, is determined to track down Tom Cheney and bring him to justice to avenge her father. She learns that he has escaped into Indian territory, so she knows she's going to need help. She wants to find someone, as she puts it, with grit. So she is led to one Reuben Rooster Cogburn. Now, this is a marshal. He has one eye, a drinking problem, a bit of a quick trigger finger, but she is led to believe that he also has grit, and that is what she is looking for. So she manages to hire Rooster Cogburn to take on this task for her, the searching down of Tom Cheney, because Rooster has found out that Tom Cheney has most likely hooked up with a bandit named Lucky Ned Pepper and his band of outlaws, and that is someone that Rooster wants to track down himself. Now, before they can even set off, they connect up with this flashy young Texas Ranger who is on the trail of Tom Cheney himself. He knows Tom Cheney by another name, and he is after him for the murder of a senator and that senator's dog. So he is going to go along with Rooster Cogburn in search of the reward that he will get for bringing in this man. Now, these two guys do not want Maddie, this young child, going along with them as they travel through Indian country in the beginning of winter after these hardened criminals, but Maddie is not to be put off, and she goes along with them. So, of course, they have their adventures, their travels. They do eventually catch up with Lucky Ned Pepper and his band of murderers, and things happen. Things do not necessarily go according to plan. Violence ensues a number of times, and our heroes do not necessarily come through unscathed. I don't want to spoil anything, but Maddie is the one telling the story, and of course the first film has a sequel, so make of that what you will. But now I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed this book. There's no question why. It is an enduring classic, and people are always going back to it, and people want to make movies of it. It's a wonderful story. I mean, the character of Rooster Cogburn is a creation for the ages. He's just a force of nature, well past his prime, but he can still get the job done. There's just a lovely scene. He and Maddie are waiting for bad guys to show up at a place, and he passes the time by telling her stories about his life and all of the things he's done, just trying to make a living in this world where civilization has not fully taken hold yet. It's just a wonderful glimpse into his history. The character of Maddie herself, this young girl, we get to see her iron will. We see her thoughts about various religious sects and things like that. She has her way of thinking, and she is set and she is steadfast and brave. We do see her, of course, in times of fear and that sort of thing, and so she's a well-rounded character. And I think it's clear who actually possesses the true grit of the title. I mean, it is a heck of a Western adventure as well. The characters of all the outlaws that they're tracking, Ned Pepper especially, very well drawn, very believable. You really get a sense that they're real people living on the outskirts of society, and you get these glimpses of their lives, these sort of nomadic outdoor lives on the outskirts of society. It's really fascinating. So ultimately, you could say this is a story of found family. Even before that became a trope, really. We see young Maddie trying to avenge her dead father. She finds another father figure that she can depend on through her trying times. And I think the way we watch these three people come together on their adventures, at first they don't know each other, don't trust each other, but they come to depend on each other. I think we may see that the real lesson of this book is that really the true grit is the friends we made along the way. But I could be wrong about that. So that's True Grit by Charles Portis, the first entry in the My Novel Life challenge that I'm taking part in. That was 1968. Next up for me will be 1969's The French Lieutenant's Woman by John Fowles. Now, I've read this book before, and I remember really enjoying it, so I can't wait to get back into this. So that's it. I thank you for watching this video. I will share my thoughts about The French Lieutenant's Woman when the time comes. Hopefully you'll come back for that. If you do, I appreciate that. And until then, I will see you next time. So long.